So the answer to the question is, could silver go back up to the $50 an ounce mark? Absolutely yes, it absolutely could. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if it happened sooner rather than later. But the bigger question, the bigger, more important picture we should be worrying about is not if silver can go to the $50 mark, but can silver hold itself at the $50 mark? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I want to talk about the time we saw silver climb its way up to the $50 an ounce mark and whether or not it could happen again. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Don't forget, you only have until St. Patrick's Day to get yourself the Luck Has Nothing to Do With It t-shirt and hoodie. It's helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for St. Baldrick's Foundation. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, we got to talk about the current spot price of silver. We also have to talk about the past spot price of silver. And we also have to talk about the potential future spot price of silver, starting with current present day right now as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing it, not as I'm posting it, not as you're watching it, but as I'm filming. Spot price is $25.14, which is down a little bit. And for those of you who are interested in gold, gold is down quite a bit. Gold is down to $1,683.70. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver today is because I was thinking about it. We saw the spot price of silver go all the way up to the $50 mark in 2011. Some of us actually saw it firsthand. Some of us, like myself, I was not stacking at the time. I didn't even know that stacking silver was even a thing at the time. So I didn't see it firsthand. But based on all the research that I've done, based on the videos that I've watched, the articles that I've gone through, I've been doing plenty of research, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting. And many people are speculating or suggesting that silver is for sure absolutely going back to $50 an ounce. So I wanted to talk about this today because number one, it's pretty interesting. Two, it's definitely possible. And three, I wanted to talk about some of the reasons why it could work its way back up to the $50 mark. This is not a video talking about silver absolutely going to do anything. I'm not a psychic. I don't make those stupid predictions. That's not what this channel is about. I'm going to be talking about why it could work its way back up to the $50 mark. Now, for those of you who do not know, the global silver demand, with silver having over 10,000 different uses in all different fields, different sectors, different companies, different everything. It's used in medicine, photography, electronics, batteries, silverware, jewelry. It's the greatest conductor of both heat and electricity. It's the most reflective metal on the planet. Silver has so many jobs, so many uses. Silver is a very important metal. Yes, it's a precious metal, but it's also an industrial metal. And according to American Bullion Inc., the largest silver producer is Mexico, and that's something that a lot of us were familiar with, and the US being number 9 on the list. But when it comes to silver consumption, number 1 is actually India, with the US being second on the list. I thought that was pretty interesting as well. And the jewelry industry requires over 200 million ounces of silver per year, which is an astronomical amount of silver. That's an ungodly amount of silver. I can only imagine what all of that silver looks like. If I could have even just 0.5% of all that silver, I would be pretty happy. But I wanted to talk about 2011 really quick and why a lot of people focus on the precious metals, not just from our perspective. Many of us, many of you watching this video right now, you're into stacking a little bit of silver at a time. That's what I do. I pick up, I don't know, a couple ounces of silver, 5, 10 ounce bar every now and then, some 90% when I can get my hands on it, just for the mere purpose of saving money and preserving it for the long term. But there are much bigger dogs out there. There are people who have multi-million-dollar businesses that they own or that they run, or multi-million-dollar stock portfolios and all this real estate. And during times of economic uncertainty, we actually see a lot of people liquidate or take their cash reserves and move their cash, their currency, their fiat, into precious metals. Now, they do this for a variety of reasons, but the number one reason they do this is for a better chance of stability, because silver and gold, after all, especially gold, by the way, do an excellent job of holding their value. Not a lot of people put their dollar bills into physical silver gold for investment purposes, because that's not really what it's all about. It's more of a physical at-home savings account, and they know this. That's why they move their investments into something that will protect their currency, protect value, store wealth during times of potentially taxes going up, during times of economic uncertainty, financial hardships. Silver and gold gives them a little bit more of a sense of security, a sense of stability. Now, back in 2011, more specifically spring of 2011, silver did hit the $50 an ounce mark, but coincidentally, that was also a time where the US economy was going through massive financial hardships. We saw consumer spending at the weakest level in over 2 years. We saw businesses struggling. We saw the value of homes dropping significantly, which, by the way, was stemming from the 2007-2008 crisis. And the list goes on. It was a time where the economy was not in the greatest shape. It was a time where a lot of people were losing currency, losing fiat in some of their investments, whether it be real estate, business, stocks, whatever the case may be. And that was a time where a lot of people liquidated, a lot of people took their cash out and put their cash into physical silver and gold. More specifically silver, because that's what we're talking about in this video. Now, during times of economic uncertainty, a lot of people make precious metal acquisitions for reasons that I stated before. It gives you a better chance at stability, or at least one could suggest. And many take their cash reserves and put it into precious metals when there's a lot of printing going on, because oftentimes printing leads to inflation, and that's one thing that we've been seeing over the last year, a lot of printing. We're currently on the third stimulus package, which is probably only a couple of days away from officially coming to fruition. This has a lot of people scared, and the reason we haven't seen inflation, the reason we haven't seen prices of essentially everything going on just yet, is because we have been in a state of frugality for the last year. People have been forced into a state of frugality where a lot of people got their incomes reduced, a lot of people got their jobs taken away, a lot of people had to pay a lot of money for a lot of different things, a lot of people got their businesses shut down, a lot of people had a lot of financial hardships, a lot of economic disasters in their own personal lives, and also on a macro level, not just the country, but the entire planet, if you think about it, has seen massive, massive, massive economic impact over the last 11 and a half months. So this is a time where it wouldn't surprise me at all if people continue putting their cash reserves into precious metals, assuming that the recovery that many are hoping for takes longer than expected. But not only is it about cash reserves, not only is it about cash positions, but people do the same thing when it comes to their positions in the stock market when it's expected that taxes are going to be going up, which is another thing we're seeing right now. We're seeing proposals, we're seeing suggestions. We see that they're fighting to increase long-term capital gains tax, and that's something that's going to scare a lot of people who have millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars, not just individuals, but also large corporations and whatnot as well. It's going to scare them into liquidating before that becomes a reality, and then they take the cash and they put it somewhere, once again, coming around full circle, somewhere that will give them a better chance of stability. And very similar could be said about people who run, own, or invest in different companies, industries, and sectors during times where there are new positions of power who are fighting to regulate these companies, these industries, these sectors. A lot of people sell off, a lot of people liquidate, a lot of people downsize, a lot of people move their cash around, and a lot of those people move their cash into precious metals. And when there's a larger demand for silver, or when there's a larger demand for really anything, that's what makes the prices go up. When there are more people buying than selling, we see prices go up. When we see more people selling than buying, prices go down. That's why there's constantly this fluctuating number. That's why the chart, the graphs are always up and down. That's why we see volatility. That's why we see the ups and the downs. That's why it appears that everything is all over the place all of the time. It's constantly people buying in, constantly people cashing out, constantly people moving money around, people moving currency around, people moving fiat around. It drives the markets up, it drives the markets down, and the precious metal market is not the same at all, but has some similarities to the stock market, some similarities to the real estate market. It goes for all of the markets out there. They're very similar in a lot of different ways. So the answer to the question is, could silver go back up to the $50 an ounce mark? Absolutely, yes, it absolutely could. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if it happened sooner rather than later. But the bigger question, the bigger, more important picture we should be worrying about is not if silver can go to the $50 mark, but can silver hold itself at the $50 mark? Can silver climb its way to $50 an ounce and sit there? Or is it going to be one of those things where it goes all the way up to $50 and then it comes falling back down the next day or within the week? Because that's something that we've seen before. We've seen silver go up. We've seen a lot of things go up. It goes all the way up. People say, oh, it's going to the moon, and then all of a sudden it falls back down and crashes. We've seen this time and time and time again. It's not about whether silver can go to $50 an ounce. We've seen silver go to $50 an ounce. Historically, it's already proven itself able to go to $50 an ounce. However, it hasn't proven itself able to hold itself at or around the $50 an ounce mark. For example, over the last couple of years, at least during the times where I was stacking, 2017, 18, and 19 especially, one could say that the norm was silver in the teens. $14, $15, $16, $17 an ounce. It was kind of fluctuating within that window for several years. What can we say for the last 6, 7, 8 months? Ever since silver climbed its way and surpassed the $20 mark, it went all the way up to the $29 mark, and then it came back down to the mid-20s, and that's essentially where it's been at for the last couple of months, the last 6, 7, 8 months. Silver has been in the mid-20s, 23, 24, 25, 26, $27 an ounce. It's been fluctuating in that window, so the norm at the moment is no longer silver in the $14, $15, $16 range. It's in the mid-20s. One could say this is the new norm. So for silver to go all the way up to $50 an ounce in one day and come back down the next, that doesn't really mean very much to me. That doesn't really matter all that much to me. I don't really care too much about that. What I think is more important is wondering if and when $50 will become the new norm for silver. Will the spot price ever go up to the $50, $51, $52 mark and fluctuate within that window, the low 50s, for weeks, months, potentially years on end? In my opinion, that's what we should be thinking about. That's what we should be talking about. That's a conversation right there. And unfortunately, that has yet to happen. Unfortunately, we cannot say for sure if that's going to happen because we haven't seen it happen before. I don't like to do a whole lot of speculating. I don't like to put a lot of theories out there. Oh, this could happen, therefore that's likely to happen. I don't do any of that. I don't make any of those stupid predictions. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is for, number one, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, so never take anything on this channel as financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But bigger than that, this channel is about sparking a conversation, initiating a discussion about whatever the topic is. So head on down to the comments and let me know. Do you think silver could potentially make its way back up to the $50 mark? And more importantly, do you think that the new norm could one day be silver in the low to mid 50s, the $50 to $55 range? Do you think we're ever going to get to a point where silver goes up and just doesn't come back down? If you want my honest opinion, I do believe that's possible. I do believe that's probably going to happen, especially with the way the economy is going, especially with the way that they're printing like crazy right now, or should I say digitally creating dollar bills, with all of the prices going to be going up over the next couple of years, with them fighting to increase taxes, with them fighting for new regulations, and it's essentially a financial disaster in the making. But I guess that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm not an economist. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, and whether or not you think we could see silver go all the way up to the $50 range and stay in the $50 range. And also, while we're talking about silver going all the way up to $50, if silver made its way to $50, what do you think gold would be doing at that point? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,800, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, please do not forget you only have until St. Patrick's Day to get yourself the Luck Has Nothing to Do With It t-shirt and hoodie, only available in the color green. And it's helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is working to help children with cancer, which is obviously a beautiful thing. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, what are your thoughts on silver climbing all the way up to the $50 an ounce mark back in 2011? We are coming up on the 10-year mark since that occurred. So technically it's occurred within the last decade. Not too long ago, if you think about it. Wasn't too far in the past. Only 9.5, 10 years ago. Do you think it's likely to happen again? Do you think with all of the printing getting done, with the third stimulus check, and I'm going to say it now, by the way. I didn't talk about it in yesterday's video where I talked about the third stimulus, but let me call it now. When's the fourth? When we getting the fourth stimulus? I'm saying it now before anybody else starts saying it. As soon as we get the third, people are going to say they want the fourth. As soon as we get the fourth, they're going to be wanting the fifth. With all the printing getting done, with taxes potentially going up, with the prices of everything else potentially going up, inflation. Do you think it's likely for silver to climb its way all the way back up to the $50 an ounce mark? And if so, do you think silver can hold itself at the $50 an ounce mark? Do you think silver can sit in the $50 range for multiple days, multiple weeks, multiple months on end without coming crashing back down? Head on down in the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.